Hello, I'm going to be playing some chess tonight. I hope, whatever you're doing, you can find some time to just kind of relax and just kind of listen. Maybe you want to listen to this while you're taking a nap or while you're just relaxing. I think this makes for some good background noise, and that's kind of my goal for this. Um, I I hope whichever decision you make, you find uh, enjoyment in it. Uh, let's get right into this. Alright, when I play with all the white pieces, I like to play f4. It's the reverse Dutch for the white pieces. I like the Dutch defense because, so he plays d5. This is a good move to make because it's a preparatory move. Because when I play my knight out, he's going to pin my piece or my queen, and I can have my bishop to block it. That's what the point of this pawn move is. But here, he's trying to aim for this square. I'm not going to let him. I don't want to make this easy for him. Chess is all about making your opponent uncomfortable. And I think these moves did it very well. But yeah, I like to play the Dutch defense. It's my favorite defense, probably, for the white side and the black side. I play it a lot with the white pieces, but when I can, I play it on the black side. Because it's very versatile. I like a lot of the attacking opportunities. You got this pawn in the middle. Got so many pieces. See, this bishop's just not doing anything. I mean, it's attacking my pawn, yeah, but got my bishop to protect, so I don't have anything to worry about. So, next move I'm gonna make. It's definitely tricky to decide what move to do next. Sometimes you just need to kind of pause for a minute and like think about it. I'm thinking something like this, moving a3 and then b4 to push out the bishop on c5, but he could just slide it back, and that doesn't really solve the problem I have. I could play this move, but that would kind of invite this knight move into the middle, which is very difficult to deal with because his knight attacks a lot of important squares on my side, and I can't do much about it. So, good move to do. I think... I think I'll play b3. No, because if I fianchetto, he just takes for free. That's why it pays to think twice about your moves. You could easily be throwing yourself off. I think my best move is to move my knight here to attack this square, so that when he hops his knight in the middle, I can just take it. Just take it. Because, and yeah, he can take back with his pawn. Okay, so he moves his pawn up. What I was expecting was him to wait for the take so that he can threaten this knight down the road, but he's just going straight at it, attacking my knight. There's a few things I could do here. I can move my knight here, attacking this piece and this piece, or offering a trade of the pieces. I could take with the pawn, but that invites this, which is not very pretty to me, or for me, because I only defend twice, and taking with check is really good. That's kind of the weakness about the Dutch, and it's why I'm practicing more and more with it, because this kingside weakness, because you remove this pawn, can really bite you sometimes. But no need to panic. I'll just play the move I'm most confident in, which is this move, I think. If he takes my pawn, I'm going to take his bishop. So this is not a hanging pawn. Okay, so he takes my bishop. That's good. Now, I'll do... Could capture back. I could take this to threaten this bishop, but once again, that invites this maneuver. But knight does cover, so it's not as bad. Could be worse. I'll try it out, in fact. Chess is all about trying new things. Chess is definitely by no means an easy game, but you'll never know what works and doesn't work unless you just give it a go. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm expecting him to go knight takes, which if that is the case, I'll just take a piece again. What he should do is to no, yeah. If he just slid his bishop back, either way, really, I'm kind of confusing myself, and I'm speaking a little confusingly. I am quite tired. What I'm getting through my head right now is that I'm double attacking his bishops. He's losing his dark squared bishop or his light squared bishop. Interesting move. He decides to take my knight here. Being captured back with my bishop. It's a pretty good option. It also still leaves that hanging on his end, which is good. My opponent hanging pieces is definitely good for me, to say the least. Now, definitely a difficult position. I am down 2 pieces. I kind of have to recapture, but it's a matter of what do I want to recapture. And I think just getting this bishop is far more important. So that's what I'll do. Now he'll probably go knight to check, which will be troublesome, but I just move my king. It's not the greatest move, it's not flashy. Okay. Interesting move. So he moves his bishop back to save it. I mean, it's not a losing move for sure. He has a material advantage, which is partially because I messed up a little bit. But it's not a problem. I'm just gonna have to be extra careful to make sure that I can make up for that loss. Now, I think I should play this move to just attack this bishop. In fact, pretty sure this bishop has no safe squares to get to, because they're all covered by my pieces. So actually, just like that, I've won a piece back. See, that's the interesting thing about chess sometimes. I didn't even really see that for a moment. Sometimes you just kind of, like, things just happen. It's kind of crazy. Like, I thought I was kind of, not in for a very good time because down 2 pieces, or not 2 pieces, 1 piece. And, he was just kind of whipping me a little bit. But no, just like that, it's even game now. This is wide open, but my knight, my rook covers, so it's not bad. Yeah. This is an open file, so this actually helps me, because he can't queen side castle. Yep, he has the king side castle, which is good, but I personally prefer queenside castling when you can, because, as a lot of great chess commentators say, it's a very, very, how do you say it, aggressive, like, position, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. I don't always make too much sense when I speak. I can understand a lot of weird chess concepts, but I'm not great at putting them into words. Like, I, I don't know. I just can't quite describe it. Chess is very abstract game. It's definitely not easy to comprehend. But I mean, that's why it's fun. It's difficult. It's kind of like when you play games like Valorant or Apex Legends or just any competitive game. It's enjoyable because it's hard, because it feels a little more rewarding when you actually win. Which is definitely how I feel about chess. Chess is very rewarding to win. Uh, Even against people who are my level or higher, or even lower, it still feels somewhat rewarding because it's hard to. It's hard to. How do I say it? It's hard to win a game even against someone who's not as experienced. See, that move was not a very great move. He blundered his piece. He probably didn't. He probably didn't really notice. I mean, can't blame him. I forget. I leave pieces hanging all the time. I mean, literally just like 5 minutes ago, I hung a piece for 2 moves and then somehow got the material advantage again. So I don't know. Chess is sometimes a roller coaster of emotions. You'll go from winning to losing to being a queen, and then you blunder it because of checkmate. Definitely not speaking from experience. Except I am, of course. I've done that multiple times. It's kind of embarrassing, honestly, to lose like that, but you don't get better by not losing like that. I'm looking at this move right here to attack this knight, but the thing is that I'm giving his knight a chance to escape. I'm kind of asking him to move, which, this guy being here is not really useful. I can just let him attack my rook for free, which is not what I want. I want to keep the initiative. Instead, I'm going to attack his knight with my bishop. The only real good move is to move his bishop, his knight to counterattack. Which that would be the best move. In which case, I would have to move back here or something, or here even, or he does the bold move king up, which protects and gets king activity, which in an endgame, this is an endgame position, by the way. Endgames are just when there are very few pieces and pawns are the most important pieces because you want to get them to the end. And king activity plays a big role in that. Whoever has the more active king can protect his pawns better, and etc., and make a queen better, and thereby winning the game. Now he did the move I was talking about, the best move he could have done. Now this is annoying, that's for sure. I don't think this is the best move because he goes like this, and then he pins my bishop to my rook, which is not what I want. That's actually the worst possible thing I could ask for in a position like this. So, I think the best move is to... I think just moving it back here would be fine. Maybe move it here, get some attacking opportunities over here, or maybe just keep it here. Because eventually, if I get pawn here, I got this guy to support. So, you know what? I'll give that a try. And you can't quite go that, because I'll take. If he projects it a little more, well then, I just bump back a little more. Sometimes chess is that simple. You just bump back a little bit. Sometimes, getting too antsy and just snap taking, just cause you can. That's how you can lose games sometimes. Like, especially in end games, you have to be very, very careful. One mistake can screw it all up. Heck, if I move my rook down here, this is mate. You might be saying, oh, well, you can go up. The knight protects that. Which is not good, of course. And my rook is the only defender of the king right now at the moment. I could add a defender, attack one of the defenders, or a move I think is probably the best to try to kick the knight out. He can't keep his knight there because he doesn't want to make this trade. He can't move up here because my king is attacking. Yep, or he moves back there. Just good move. With that, I do want to move my rook to the 7th rank. 7th rank rooks are really powerful because they can just scoop up all the pawns. Because it's very hard to protect pawns on the 7th rank because pawns on the 7th rank have little to no defenders. And if you have little to no defenders, that's weakness in your position. And with a weakness in your position, a good player can, exploit that and win that way. Now, since I do want to move my rook here, and his knight does defend that, I am going to want to move my bishop to attack. Now, if he moves his piece again, say right here, going for that square or something, or he does exactly that. If he does that to counterattack my piece, that's perfectly fine. In fact, I'm just gonna take my own bird advice. I would slide back actually, but I need to protect this pawn. This pawn is very crucial. I need to get this one to the end, along with these guys. So I think moving my bishop here is a pretty good move, so that he can't just take it for free. Now, maybe I'll build it up with this so that my bishop doesn't have to sit here kind of holding his hand. But that'll take a few moves to get done. Meanwhile, we're kind of in a stagnant position. It's very difficult to move forward in positions like these because it's very open. There are two types of games a chess game can go into. It can be a open game or a closed game. Closed games are, where there's not a lot of space. A lot of times you'll see pawns kind of up against each other on these squares like that, and it'll be very hard to move. And then there's open games where there's all this space for rooks and bishops. Now, moves this king up. A very curious move. I think going down to the 7th rank is probably the best idea. He's trying to get some king activity so he can push his pawns down, but I'm not too scared of that. I think going to the 7th rank is probably the best. Well, if I go here, he'll move his pawn up probably. Which in that case, I just take that, sure, but he just takes back, which is not very great for me. It's not quite what I want. Maybe I could play this first, so that when he does go that, I can take, and then boom, I go make a queen. I think that is a little more cohesive than just kind of snap putting my rook down. But I don't want to give him a chance to respond to this, so I'll do this first. Depending on which pawn he decides to save, I will then play this move. Or an interesting idea, I just push my pawn actually. It's an interesting move because past pawns that are not obstructed by, other pawns, if he goes here, I go here, I go here, I go here. It's really hard to stop because a pawn, you can trade a pawn for a pawn and it'd be an even trade. But you can't trade a pawn for a piece and have it be fair. Which is why passed pawns are so important, because they're practically queens at that point. Of course, there's clever ways to stop things like that, but, also, there's this cool idea right here. Take, threaten this, can't take because of my rook, or I could take with check. I would do that, but that would give him escape opportunities and give him king activity. And in an endgame, you don't want to give your opponent king activity. That's not a great idea if you want to win. Alright, interesting move. I believe... No, this is not a great move for a lot of reasons. I can take this, and he can't go up. He can't go sideways. He has to go like this or like this. And if he goes like this, move my rook over with discovered check. And if he goes there, I could probably force his trade and be 2 bishops and a knight, which is a winning endgame for me. Let's try it. I'll give him a check. He has to go down or to the right. Whichever he does, doesn't matter too much because I do win this piece for free. That's also. And he surrendered. Now, he probably saw that. He probably saw that he blundered this piece because, no, I mean, could have counterplayed with taking my bishop here. But the thing is that this is discovered check. And with discovered checks in chess, it gives you the initiative because he can't take with this. He has to move his king first, and then he moves his king, and then he moves my bishop out of danger. So there wasn't much he could do there. I just got in a position, and I was up a piece to his knight and rook, and sometimes that's just as much as it takes to win a game. No, I only had 1 mistake and 1 blunder. That's pretty good. I'm actually pretty proud of that. Mistakes are easy to make. I am only 900 rated in chess, so I'm not the greatest in the world, but I do know a thing or two, and I guess this kind of shows. Not to toot my horn a little bit, maybe just a little bit. I'm tooting my horn a little bit, but it's just because I enjoy this game a lot, I guess. Like, I don't know. It's just very fun to me. It's very relaxing. It's not like playing video games where it can feel too chaotic, I suppose. And so, like, this it feels just more relaxing to me. I do enjoy it a lot. But yeah. But by no means am I the best at this game. I'm okay. Obviously 900 rated, not great. I know a lot of chess concepts, but I make a lot of mistakes. This was one of my better games. 1 mistake, 1 blunder. But sometimes I just mess up completely. Even though I've been playing chess for quite a while now, I still make those mistakes, and that happens. That's chess. If you ever want to get into chess, you just gotta kind of play. You gotta just kind of see how it happens. I remember I got my my butt whooped like a million times before I even got close to being decent at the game. And even with that, I still make stupid blunders. Like the aforementioned checkmate when I was up a queen. I don't even know how that happened. It just happened. I got back rank mated because I wasn't paying attention. And that's chess. That's how it is. But it's a fun game. And you have to be persistent in order to get the most out of this. It's not about winning. Although winning is nice. It's mostly about getting better, so that you can then win the game. Because if you're winning the game, or if you're winning often, I should say, you don't really learn much, as opposed to when you lose a lot. And I mean like a lot. I mean like you lose to the fried liver, little maneuver that everyone does in low elos. I'm talking losing that badly. and it's only when you lose that badly that you learn from those mistakes, and that's kind of the beauty of chess. Definitely enjoy it a lot. I'll queue up for another game. See how this goes. Alright, playing with the white pieces again. I'm going to change it up. I don't want things to get too stale. I'm going to play the Catalan opening. Or, yes, the Catalan. Let's see. Oh, interesting. Immediately challenging my center. This is a gambit. I believe it's called the Old Bononi. I believe that is what this is called. The Old Bononi, the way it goes is that I push this pawn. He plays his pawn here to lock with the center. I play up here. We kind of create this weird looking center. Very, very closed. And then he starts playing King's Indian style, and then I start pushing up my pawns and moving my knights out. I'll play into this. I've never played a Old Bononi or against an Old Bononi. This guy, I'm sure he knows. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. This is a good move because it attacks this. It forces me to do something. And that move is this, to protect. Now, he'll either play something like this or this. This to lock the center up and also open up his bishop. He doesn't care about blocking in this bishop because he's going to feign Keto and castle. That's what I was saying by King's Indian style. Or he'll go here. It's not as great of a move, but it does have potential because when takes... Take? Okay, so he does play that move. If I do take, he does open up his F file, which is pretty good, and he has 2 pawns in the middle, which is generally better than 1 pawn or no pawns in the middle. Now, the thing about this is that I can just keep adding defenders. That's kind of the bad thing about this strategy. Playing this move in particular, I can just add so many defenders to this pawn. I mean, I've got 3 just now. I can go 4th defender if I really wanted to. Could route my knight to get a 5th defender. Like, that's a lot. The correct move for sure. Oh, not to mention he also opens himself to a pin on his queen, which isn't pleasant in the slightest, but okay, interesting. He's trying to undermine my center by projecting b5. Now, there's a cool little trick if you ever encounter that. It's called a4. The idea is that when he plays b5, I take. And then he takes back, I take his rook. Now, obviously, someone wouldn't fall for that. Well, it's a little rude to say that, but people tend to not fall for it because it is abundantly clear. But I mean, it's a good thing to know because that threat can go a lot in the long run, and never fall for that trap. With that said as well, on this move, he's attacking that, but my bishop protects, so I'm not sure what that's for. He's defending this, I suppose. I can't quite think why he did that move, but I'm sure he's thought about that move and maybe has a good reason for it. We'll see. I'm not one to get ahead of myself because I'm not the best at this game. So, you know, what do I have to judge? Of course, there's like principles you should listen to, generally for the best. But like, this move isn't losing by any means. It's not losing, and if a move's not losing, you can make something out of it, which is kind of what I'm getting at. Now, I think I'm gonna add another defender, so that whoops, there, so that I can free up my bishop a little more. Maybe play something like this, and then like get myself castled. Getting castle is very important in chess because while you're castled, your king is obviously safe. But more importantly, he's not in the middle, which kind of sounds like I'm saying the same thing, but not quite. Because your king being safe and your king being in the middle, when your king's in the middle, he's the least unsafe, yes, but it's mostly because when you castle your king, how do I say this? When you castle your king, you get him safe, but you get him out of the middle. And when he's out of the middle, he's safe. I'm kind of repeating myself. I'm not quite sure what I'm saying is kind of making sense, but it's just it's one of those things. It's a chess principle, just to get your king safe, and that's really just kind of the point. I am overcomplicating it, but you shouldn't. In fact, just I would disregard. Getting castled's good. It gets a king safe. That's what matters. Now I'm gonna play this nice little move here, supported by my bishop. If he takes, not a good move because I take with a development. No, taking with the development of a piece is powerful because it kills two birds with one stone. Ugh. I cannot speak at the moment, so bear with me. I'm stumbling all over my words. But taking with a capture, or taking with development, not only recaptures, but it develops a piece, which is extremely useful. Now, he played this move. He should have played this a lot sooner, but it's good that he played it now, because now he opens up this if I play out here. And then, obviously, he can... Oh, whoops. He can play that and then get himself castled. Now, do I want to take this? No, I still want to leave that open for him. I'm going to play this. Now, I am inviting this, but that's okay. I can just block. Block with the bishop, and if anything, that does help me because I can get myself castled. Which, again, that's one of the most important things in chess. I think this guy should... oh, excuse me. Oh, I was going to suggest fianchettoing so you could get castled, but that's a good move. That supports the piece. Because 1, 2, 3, 4. When it comes to counting in chess, if it's ever a tie of pieces that can capture, whoever's defending their piece will always win. So you want to outnumber them by 1 or 2, and that's kind of the thing. I do not do that at the moment, so I'll just kind of sit here at the moment. Now I could take and have him take back, and then just kind of wait. That could be a decent idea. There's some fruit there. This is not a bad move. Just putting my bishop here because it attacks that, which lets me do a little sneaking maneuver, pinning his queen. That is a little obscure, a little abstract. Not even really guaranteed, honestly. And it could even backfire on me, so who knows? I will. I'll take. Now, his best move is to take with the pawn, but he could take with the knight, which would cause this kind of conflict. Which, I mean, I would have to take back. Alright, yeah. The pawn tension is, or not the pawn tension, the tension is preserved. Sorry, I can't speak still. Um, between the two knights, which is good. Tension's good in this game. It can give you a lot of advantages as the game goes on. Now, I'm gonna play my bishop right here. Now, I'm assuming he's going to Fiend Kettle and get castled. If he does do that, there's a sneaky little maneuver I can do. Where I move my queen up and I laser this down. Okay, interesting. He takes my b pawn. That's not a big problem. I mean, I am down a pawn at the moment. But I do have moving my knight here. That could produce some possibilities. He can't really take any. He can take my knight for free, which would suck. So I am kind of in a bad spot, but it's manageable. There's nothing losing about this position. Excuse me. It's very late at night right now, and I am a little tired right now. But that's beside the point. I'll just move my knight here. Can't take because queen blocks or protects. I mean, can't take my knight because bishop and queen protects, and he has nowhere else to really go. I could, try to trap his queen, which would give him very limited escape routes, and try to maybe win the queen altogether. But I am skeptical of if that will even happen. Alright. His idea is that he wants to pick up this pawn as well. I would go here to attack, but that's a temporary attack. It's very short-sighted because he just takes, and he already escaped the threat. Better is to do this, to block the check, but also protect my piece. Very, very good in this position. All my pawns are protected at the moment, so I'm definitely doing good. He does have, I believe, his best move to take this pawn right here, which is very bad for me because he's attacking, which is very uncomfortable. But hopefully, if he doesn't see that, I will move my knight here so that I can kind of protect that pawn. And the reason I can't, just take back is because my piece is pinned. That's how pins work. Pins are probably the most powerful thing in this game because it's a very forcing move, and forcing moves are kind of what win in chess. When you force your opponent to do something because you check them, because you take a piece, because you do a queen trade, just those forcing moves are the winning factors in games. Okay, he does do his best move. It is definitely not great for me, but I'm still okay. I will go rook here to attack his queen. He has to go. He could go here. Not a great move because I can just take his knight. Either way, if I'm not wrong, I believe he loses his knight. Because he has to do that, which makes sense. And then, oh, he maintains the pin. Yeah, that was definitely smart by him. Interesting. I will. I could do a small fianchetto to try to kick the knight out, but he could just take. He could just take with my queen, and then he could queen trade if he wants. So, not great for me. Not great for sure. I could. This move's possible, but it's bad because it blunders a piece and forks me. In fact, he's projecting that move right now. It's kind of hard to stop. keeping my knight here is the best way to protect that, so my only logical choice is to Fiend Kettle. It's not ideal, but it will give my king space, it will attack the knight, and the knight will either need to have a support by another piece, or he's gonna have to lose it, or just move it altogether. Um, but we'll see what happens. As long as my knights are here, they should be good. Not the greatest spots for my knights, a bit passive, but it helps in this situation. Now he does that, attacking these. Very difficult to stop. I actually don't think I can really... Well, I could do a sneaky maneuver. I'll just do this. I'm going to move my rook to take that. He'll take back with his queen. But his knight's hanging. That's the thing. So I'm trading a rook for 2 knights, which is a positive exchange in my favor. Now, either he's going to accept that loss, or he's going to take back. I think, yeah, taking back is probably the best thing we could have done. And now just take like that. And, I mean, just like that, I'm kind of out of my sticky situation. He could go back for check, but now I actually have this move, which wastes a move for him. So, and he's not even finished developing. Once I do this and I castle, I'm finished developing. He hasn't developed all his pieces yet, which is not very good. I would honestly say even though I am down 1 point of material, I would say that I'm in more of a winning position, purely because my pieces are more developed and I have more active play. And I did do a 2-for-1 piece trade, which, while material wise it's not he's winning, I am winning the piece game, which is kind of a term I just made up. But like, I mean that in the sense that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces to trade off. There are 7 pieces. No, 6 pieces. I can't count. Versus 5 pieces to trade off. So I could trade off every single of my pieces and be left with my rook still, or my knight still, which a lot of times is enough to win a game. He's patiently taking his time. That's okay. Okay, interesting move. It seems a little scary. It might seem like I have to move this guy. He might be like, oh no, what am I going to do? I gotta move him back, right? Well, no, not really. I just need to do this. I need to move with development, because I do have an advantage in that. I need to take advantage of that. If he takes, he wastes the tempo, because I'll just take back, and then I'm ready to castle next turn. He's not even gotten his bishop out. His best move is to do something with his bishop. Get his bishop in the game. Maybe he could do this to connect his 2 pawns, which are not isolated, but they're advanced pawns that have no pawn supporting, which is kind of weak. So doing this might be a good idea to connect it so that I can't just keep taking. Yep, I'm just going to do this. And again, he's got a... So he takes with check. Not a great move, because I can simply... I could block like this. I could block like this. Or I could block like this. If I block like this, he'll take. I don't mind losing 1 pawn, but he does attack my bishop. I could block like this, then he takes. I don't really mind that, because his queen's on the outside and is pretty useless. And then I could just do this move, which, if I'm not wrong, that just blunders a knight. So, I'll block with my queen. If he queen trades me, I'm okay with this. I mean, I'm up material, so it's not bad for me to do so. Okay. Interesting move. I will just castle. I'll probably start some attack, some counterplay on, his king or something. Oh, I didn't even see that. I blended my piece, the piece I was just talking about. Um, this kind of goes to show how easy it is to blunder in this game. I overlooked that way too hard. But I'm gonna counterattack his queen. Uh, he has to move it completely elsewhere. Hopefully, hopefully I can try to capitalize on my loss. I do have a passed pawn, so I could line up my rook and just kind of push down. Which I mean, it's not bad strategy at all. Like that's probably what I will do actually. Just, um, yeah, and then if he wants to make this trade, I'm up material again. Well, down material, but up on pieces, if that makes sense. Because now it's a 4v4, and it's not quite in my favor. Because I did mess up. But that's okay. We'll see how it goes. Taking his time. Well, while we're just kind of sitting here, if you like this video, just kind of let me know what you think. Just kind of honestly, um, I honestly, I think I enjoyed making this a lot more than I thought I would. I say that because I'm kind of, I don't know how to say it. Like, I'm not good at being serious all the time. A lot of my friends kind of know me as like the jokester and stuff, or maybe not quite that, but I'm usually more lighthearted. Is kind of the point. Um, so because of that, I'm not really all too used to being serious, I guess. Um, I do enjoy it. I think like honestly, I think I'm a little more enjoyable to be around when I'm more my serious side. Uh, that sounded like a deep Joker quote or something. 100% unintentional, but it is true. Like I I don't know. I kind of enjoy this like peacefulness. Definitely feel relaxed, and I hope you feel relaxed watching this. Um, and I mean, if you enjoy, I guess, his more low energy videos, or maybe not low energy per se, but more relaxed or more serious, for lack of a better word. If you enjoy this style, I mean, like, let me know, because, like, I mean, like, I gotta improve somehow. I don't know what you enjoy. Maybe I'll switch it up every once in a while, because I am not good at keeping up being high energy all the time. I get burnt out very fast, which is why I thought making this video would be a good idea. Um, but yeah, um, well, hopefully you guys kind of get what I mean. But yeah, just thinking. Alright, I did this move because I figure if I go back to attack this piece, that'll probably do something. Um, I did kind of leave that wide open, and he saw it. Um, I don't know. I think I'm kind of lost in this game. I blundered one too many times, I believe. Um, it's not a lot of chances for counterplay, I'm afraid. Not one for quitting. I think quitting, it's not always a great attitude to have, especially about a game. Like, games are supposed to be fun. You're supposed to learn. But, of course, I say that realizing that games are also frustrating for the same reason. And they can lose their funness sometimes uh, when it gets, like, frustrating, which makes sense. I am a little peeved about, I guess, my oversight, mostly. Um, but with that said, I mean, I think I'm gonna surrender. Um, I'm gonna counterplay. Yeah, this time I had a mistake in 5 blunders. Now, that's not very good. 5 blunders, it's a lot. He didn't take advantage of every single blunder, but he took advantage of a good 3 of them, which really came to bite me. This is 100% my fault too. I mean, that's what a blunder is. It's something that's completely your mistake, and that's how it is sometimes. But I really enjoyed making this, and I hope you enjoy listening to this. If you want more of maybe a similar kind of video, or just kind of a part 2 to this, just let me know. Um, I definitely enjoy making more low energy videos because making low energy stuff or being low energy helps me be more high energy on the upswing, if that makes sense. Kind of like a balance. I just, that's how I function. And I mean, again, I really enjoyed this. And if you enjoy this, give it a like, and just kind of let me know, like, if there's anything else you want me to do. Like, I guess these more like relaxing, or I guess sleep videos, ASMR, however you want to describe it. If you want more videos like this, you have a suggestion, just let me know in the comments. But other than that, um, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, especially if you watched this long. I believe we're running on like 50 minutes, something like that. Just a long time. Whether you're listening to this like in your sleep or something, I don't mind either way. The fact that you listen to this is plenty enough. Um, but yeah, thanks for watching. Um, I hope you enjoy yourself, and I will catch you another time. Peace.